welcome to the father and son time.
Please tell me you were recording that.
Yeah, I am. And you come back here. Come back here. We have to edit this out.
God, that sounds so fake. I don't know.
Go towards me. Don't move your chair too much. You, let's see.
We're not doing this now, are we? It's just a test.
Yeah, sit upright. Okay, move this way. You're moving. Stop moving it, okay?
Sure.
Alright, let's do it more reasonably. This is the father and son time, and I want to do this because I feel my son is growing up so quickly. So, say hi.
Hello.
So, first of all, this is the first time we're doing this. I'd like this to come from a place of love and care, and then I want this to be a thoughtful discussion, so each of us have to really think
Sure.
and speak the truth on how
Sure.
you think about certain things. Yeah?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, first topic is our move, right? When I asked you the question, what is the single biggest challenge that you have faced in your life? And you said, it was to move to California from North Carolina, right? So, to be honest, I was very surprised that you said that. But in hindsight, I actually learned a lot from your story. But why don't you just tell our audience what happened?
Okay, so basically some backstory. We lived in North Carolina for a while, and then recently we've moved over to here in California, and yeah, basically just adjusting and whatnot. It's been, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years, yeah.
I think you said three things was tough, right? So first it was you're losing all your friends, like in North Carolina.
Fair enough.
Number two was it's kind of hard to make new friends here, right? People are more indifferent here in the big city.
I'd say
right?
uptight.
Uptight,
Yeah.
yeah. And then lastly, it was this is too hot.
Yeah,
People live here. They pay
climate,
top
yeah.
dollar to live here because
Yeah, the
they
climate.
think it's not cold. Okay, just so you know. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's fair. You told me that these were the challenges that you faced, but to be honest, I had no idea that this would happen. Right. So first is I thought you're gonna end up choosing new friends anyway when you're moving from a primary school to a middle school. Right.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be different, but to be honest, I actually should have thought about you losing the friends regardless of where we live, right? So that should be a consideration.
To be
Yeah.
completely honest, I had 1 year of primary here, which was supposed to be my middle school if it was still in North Carolina. But over here, the 6th grade is still elementary, so that was, I guess, interesting to say the least. Wasn't hugely bothered by it because a lot of my classmates wouldn't be there anyway once we graduated. So that wasn't really much of a problem, I guess. I suppose I didn't really bother making friends. I guess because I knew like they weren't gonna be there anyway. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's fair. When you're just there for 1 year and you know you're gonna
Right. Yeah.
depart, right?
Yeah.
So you're almost kind of afraid of making too many good friends.
I'd say it's more like
right?
no. I'd say it's more like I may as well focus on other stuff. I guess
Yeah.
because they're not gonna be there anyway, most likely.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I didn't make friends, and I'm still with a couple of them at this school, so it's not necessarily bad. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of awkward to be there for 1 year and then immediately leave.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. See, this is where you get to hear my side of the story, right? Which is completely irrelevant to what you experienced. But what I thought was, if you were to come here to just spend a year, it would be kind of easy for you to blend in because you only had 1 year to do it. And then I thought in a bigger city you would have more people to talk to. And then there would be, you have more chance of getting more friendship, which is completely wrong.
That kind of goes to the next
Right?
topic as well.
Yeah, and then on top of it, I thought if you were to get into Whitney High, which is, by the way, very proud of you, be able to do that, you would have a 6-year middle/high school, right?
Yeah.
So you would have a continuous, friendship of all 6 years,
Right, yeah.
right? So that's how I thought, but it probably didn't turn out to be exactly like that. So tell me about the people here in LA and North Carolina. What's the difference? That was your number 2.
So I guess North Carolina, how do I put it? North Carolina, see, I don't want to incriminate California or anything.
You still have to live here for a while, right?
Yeah.
For the California viewers, be warned.
I'm gonna be completely honest here. California is arguably much more dangerous than North Carolina, and I feel like that's what makes most of it. Is that California, as a big city, it's just there's more people, and whenever there's more people, there's a higher likelihood of bad people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that California is such a tight knit area
Mm-hmm.
makes it really kind of difficult to, I guess, go outside or just like connect with people like doing something outside
Yeah.
without having to schedule things.
Right.
In North Carolina, it's like hey, I'm done with school. Okay, let's just go do something, right? Because nobody's really worried about like a robbery or whatever, and everything's
Mhm.
spread out to the point where it's just like little groups.
Right.
And basically that gives two things. Where one, it's a lot more connected, because there's not a lot of people you can rely on that can be there immediately, right?
Yeah.
And the second thing is that it gives a lot of space for everybody, especially since everyone has this like area that they can use for recreation or whatever. So it makes it a lot easier to just say, hey, I'm done with work or whatever. You can like go do something or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So people are more laid back,
Yeah,
Right.
it's a lot more laid back.
more
it's,
open.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, it's not as tense as California, especially since it's California is hugely a workplace.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, right? First and foremost, it's a place where people look for work.
Yeah.
It's not somewhere people really go for recreation.
Or to live.
Right. Yeah, to really live here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's really expensive here. If you're really just looking for somewhere to live, you don't come to California.
That's fair.
Right. It's not
Yeah.
somewhere you go. Simply because it's not efficient. It's not worth it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like you would live here for like $100,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't get much out of it. other than the occasional Disney World or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's not. It's not exactly a good place to live in a way.
Yeah.
It's just kind of all business, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, on top of it, the COVID situation didn't really help either, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you end up stuck at home, not able to do much.
Mhm.
Anyway, so the last point is too hot, right? Is it too hot for you, or is it okay in comparison to North Carolina? It gets pretty hot there too.
Yeah. Yeah. After what, like 3-4 years, it becomes okay, I suppose.
Okay.
Got to adapt eventually.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing that hit me when we came here was obviously the heat wave, like 110 or something,
Wow. Yeah.
and
I
the
remember
electrical
that.
grid shut down or something like that, so no AC either.
Mm.
I mean, thing is, it's a desert, right? So it's not humid like in North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
right? Over there, it's right next to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously California too, but the winds don't blow this way; they blow towards the ocean, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the winds blow from the east side to the west side,
Mm-hmm.
so there's not a whole lot of like moisture in California.
Yeah.
And so basically, what that means is that it's really just the sun,
Mm.
right? It's not really anything else. North Carolina, if it was cold, you'd be like cold and damp,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if it was warm, you'd be humid.
Right.
Over here, it's just like either dry heat or just dry cold.
Okay. So it's mostly the humidity. The
Yeah.
temperature is actually not that different.
Right, yeah. And North Carolina gets a lot more shielding, I guess, because clouds and stuff. So it
Yeah.
makes it more bearable.
Much less sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what do you think now? Looking back 3 years, now what do you think? Are you still missing North Carolina, or are you okay adapting here? Just let me know your overall thoughts.
I guess it's something where you can't really do much to, yeah, I guess it's just something where you can't really do much, right? It's like, I miss North Carolina, but it's like, at the same time, I'm here, so, yeah, it's like, you know,
Move on, move
Yeah.
forward, right?
yeah.
Good, awesome. All right, that's the first edition of the Father and Son Talk,
Yeah, suppose so.
and I enjoyed the conversation, and looking forward to talk to you on more topics.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
Okay.
You should have paused for a bit at the end there.